Monday night.
We'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children.
Every Monday night?
Or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Every Monday night.
And every Monday night.
Then we have a super sound DJ.
Sean Cook.
Good people, it is my pleasure to present to you
Sean Cook.
the one and only
Sean Cook.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Hello, 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 welcome to the show.
So let's have fun.
Now, for those of you watching in black and white, this one is in Technicolor.
Stand by for action.
Oh, Sean Cook.
And a very good evening. Welcome. It's Monday. It's what your Mondays are made for. Come on. I know. Monday morning, Monday afternoon, yeah, first day at work, had a lovely weekend. Yeah, I know the story. Nice to have your company here on a Monday evening. Time's just gone 6 o'clock. And you know now for the next couple of hours at least, you're going to get a break. Yeah, not from me though, unfortunately. Okay, we've got some fine and dandy music for you this evening. Of course, we're going to have something from the specials, the Style Council. The Yardbirds are coming up. Well, that's something from the Kinks. Yeah, it's the good stuff. And there's more. There is. We have got a live musician here tonight. Yes. No secret. Obviously, I've been advertising it for the last 3 or 4 days on Facebook. And talking to Facebook, you can find us on Facebook at Target Radio live page for presenters. Apparently that's me. And listeners, that's you. So all I'm asking you to do is take your fingers out of your ears. Come on. Tune in. We've got Johnny Blaze. He's going to be playing some fine tunes for you this evening live here in our little old studio. Yes. We'll be recording it for prosperity and throwing it up onto YouTube at a later date. And of course, we will have a great chat with Johnny, find out what makes him tick. That's tick as in, like, you know, TikTok. Not tick as in the Irish way of... no, that's a bit rude, isn't it? It'd be rude. My apologies for anyone that's Irish there. Me Irish accent is not that good, you know. Anyway, rambling on. So we're going to meet Johnny around about 20 past, 6:30 this evening. We're going to throw a couple of tunes in there for you as well. But of course, before we do any of all of that, you know, yes, we've got to play some Who. And of course, we are celebrating 40, let's count them, not now though, 40 glorious years of Quadrophenia. Yes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to Quadrophenia on the beach at Brighton in August of this year. So we are playing all the stuff from the album Quadrophenia up until, obviously, the 40-year-old anniversary. Johnny Blaze, how are you?
All right, mate, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Speak up a little bit more into the microphone, if you could.
Yeah.
There he is. How are you, Johnny?
I'm not too bad, mate. Long weekend.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Babysitting, mate. Yeah, 3 of them.
The rock and roll lifestyle,
I know, right? Who can be the loudest was the game. My ears are still ringing.
Did you win?
Oh, no, I wasn't involved.
You wasn't involved?
I didn't, any encouragement.
Oh, dear me. So we're going to play a few songs this evening. Going to be live, and you're going to be acoustic live, aren't you? You're going to play on acoustic, the acoustic guitar.
Yes.
So what's the difference then? Come on, I don't know. Difference between an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar, I think one you plug in.
Well, you can plug them both in, I guess.
Oh, well, there you go. Totally confused me now.
Yeah, man,
so,
one makes a racket, one doesn't.
Ah, right, okay. Which one have you got? The one that doesn't make a racket?
Doesn't make a racket, but I'll give it a good go.
Excellent, that's it. Annoy the neighbours. Okay, so tell us what you're going to play then. What's a couple of songs that you're going to play from your repertoire?
Well, I've got 4 new Dirty Randoms tracks to play and
Brilliant.
a Bowie cover to finish.
Oh.
Which I played live in Smiley's studio the last time I was there.
Ah,
I might me up and played it like in this setup. So
fantastic. Don't tell them what it is yet then. So you're going to be playing a Bowie track to finish off your session this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. Fantastic. I can't wait for that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Johnny Blaze with us, and he's going to be playing 4 tracks from his... are you making an EP, an album?
Well, I've got about 2.5 albums written. It's just a case of going in there and paying to get it done, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's just 4 new tracks.
I think Mates Rates have got to come into this, hasn't it?
Yeah, he does me a good deal. He's on the case, Smiley.
We love Smiley. And he does smile a lot, though, doesn't he, really?
Hence the name.
Absolutely. When I met him when he was working with the Transmitters all the way up from North, he was just so funny, Steve, this was. And he really does take the pee, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It makes you feel quite welcome, though.
Absolutely.
A tongue-in-cheek in there, so...
He's a smashing guy. And you're a smashing guy too, so we're going to hear a little bit from Johnny around about 6:30 this evening for all our lovely listeners out there. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in and with us at Target Radio. And I'm going to play something now from The Small Faces. Give Johnny a little rest now, because he had a hectic time getting in here. All the traffic was terrible. So I'm going to let him sit there, drink his cup of tea, and... oh, hang on. It was a what?
Nice cup of tea.
There we go. I know the wife's listening. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to get her to do another one later.
Why?
Yeah, why not?
I've got no beer.
It's just 20 past. I think we're going to do these. Birthday time. And let's have a look at the the celebs. If you, what is the definition of a celebrity? No, not Love Island, not Big Brother. Goodness me. Honestly, what you lot like? Right, a celebrity could be a tennis player like Nadal, who's having his birthday today. Happy birthday to you, sir. I know he listens. Sean Birdie, yeah, no relation. With the Sean part, obviously. He's a TV star. He's having his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Michelle Keegan. She's having her birthday. Happy birthday to you, Michelle. She's done a lot of good things, hasn't she? Anderson Cooper from America. He's having his birthday today. He's a TV show host. I know who he is. Yeah, I've got too much time on my hands. Reality star? No, come on. You might have a birthday, but you're not a star. Come on. I'm really struggling here for celebrities to say today. No. Oh, Kelly Jones, rock singer. Yes, you know who he is. Jefferson Davis, politician from America. He would have been having his birthday today if he was still around. I think he's going to be about 400 years old now. Pointless. Right, there we go. That's the birthdays done for the celebs. But the main people are you guys out there in listening land. So, John Hellier, you're having your birthday today. Happy birthday, John. Good friend of mine, Steve T. Standing. Happy birthday, sir. And Gwendoline Evans Foxley. Happy birthday. Gary Lewis. Have a great day, Gary. Happy birthday. And, who's this? Mickey Apalossi. I think I've pronounced your name probably incorrectly, but happy birthday, sir. And Asa Alms Presley. Happy birthday to you, sir. He's 65, you know. Paul Gerard Smith. 54 today. Happy birthday, Paul. Christina Jackson. No, I never mention the young ladies' birthdays. Just happy birthday to you. Doug Sanders. Oh, I love your chicken. Happy birthday, Doug. And that's your lot today. Happy birthday to everyone. And from the weekend, just like to say happy birthday to David Sinclair, Colliers Skewen, Ian Leslie King, and finally, Graham Hollingsworth. Happy birthday to you guys out there as well. Right, so let's turn your microphones on and we're going to get you all sorted out now. So, Johnny Blaze, hello, good evening to you, sir.
How are you, mate? All right.
I'm good, absolutely brilliant. And what a really lovely day we've had today, weather-wise.
It's been nice all weekend.
It has, absolutely. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tag you into this now, Johnny, because this face recognition thing is absolutely fantastic. It recognises you.
Even me.
Even you? It recognises you. So that is fantastic. Now, you're going to be playing a few songs this evening between now and 8 o'clock. And for those who are late to the audience, we're not going to tell them now what you're going to be playing in our last song, because you're going to do a cover for us, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Okay, so we're not going to tell them who it is or what it is. Just leave it as a nice surprise. But that's going to be the last of your 5 songs that you've been performing this evening.
Yep.
So the first song then is from it's the Dirty Randoms itself. Tell us a little bit quickly about the Dirty Randoms. Who are you? What are you? What's your sort of genre of music? And who's part of it?
It's me, Adam, and Nick. They're all quite busy though. Adam's at RSI. He's the drummer. He's been off for a few months, but I mean, I'm the songwriter. I'm the singer and the lead guitarist, etc.
That's it.
But I've never stopped writing, and they know that. So it's
You're a machine.
I'm not a machine, but just I'm always singing around the house and doing housework and blah blah blah. But whenever they're back to their best, we'll be back.
Fantastic.
Doing some gigs and stuff, man. Yeah. So
That's what we want to hear.
you
So.
know it.
Right, so we've got a first song then, and this is one you said is a new song. It's called Fever, is that right?
I've written a couple of years ago. Yeah. It's called
Okay.
Fever.
Okie dokie. Now, have you played this before?
Not live.
Not live.
No.
No pressure then.
Oh no, I play it around the house and that, but you know, not in front of you lot.
Oh dear. Right, so we're on Facebook Live. We are recording this as well, so we've got quite a few people watching us. That's it, get the pop shield in. Are you ready?
I'm ready now.
Okay, let's give him a nice big round of applause. Johnny Blaze, come on! Ow, wow. Do you know what the hardest part of people playing live music is knowing when you're going to be stopping, so I can obviously get on the microphone and sort of like, that is the hardest part
If you could see
of...
me, I'd get it right, wouldn't it?
I'm watching you there, I'm watching you on here as well, and we've got quite a few people watching you as well, which is rather good. So give them a little wave on Facebook there for us. There they are, lovely. That is brilliant. Wait, hang on, I've got to do that. There we go. Wait, rock and roll. So, excellent. Now, fever. Now, obviously, I had a fever last week, and I wasn't very well, but I don't think it's about that, is it?
No, it was about 2 years ago. I had the neurovirus on Christmas Eve.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I was gutting. I had all this day planned, and instead of just going to bed and getting on with it, I didn't. And carried on drinking and the merriment. And do you know what? 3 days later, it was gone.
Wow.
So
you found a natural cure in the pub?
Exactly, an enjoyable one as well. I wasn't going to lay there on the sofa all day
No.
Christmas and do nothing, so I battled through, and it's just,
That is fantastic.
need another wine for my fever.
Not that we endorse any type of drinking here at Target Radio, but
no, it's strictly tea.
It's strictly tea, yes, tea and coffee, and leave the wine for somebody else. But that is fantastic.
Yeah, that was it. Look, about 5 minutes about that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness me! Now you think sometimes that being a songwriter, you think right, it's going to be really a complex sort of like song, and it's going to have this in it, it's going to have that in it, and it's going to mean all of this, and literally it just meant that you were very ill and you actually got blind drunk, and got over it in a few days.
Exactly that.
Fantastic.
You know, some of them do. Some of them are just literally as they sound. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Another wine.
Brilliant. So the Dirty Randoms. So where did the name come from?
It's just I had the randoms, and it was just those people that turn up at parties, right?
Yes.
When you were younger, and you didn't know who they were, and they were always a bit scruffy, and always wore the same clothes for a week. That was me.
And me.
You know what I mean? And so I was just thinking, well, where's this music come from? A lot of it was when I was a Dirty Random, so the Dirty Randoms it was.
That is fantastic. Yeah. And great name for a group as well. It's catchy. You're not going to forget it, are you?
The Randoms, the Dirties, or whatever, yeah.
And why not, indeed? So what would you say your style of music is?
Well, it's bluesy, rock and roll, indie. Like Oasis obviously influenced me heavily. I mean,
definitely.
They made me feel like I could be anything when I was nothing.
Yeah.
They really did, like when I was growing up and stuff. But, I mean, anything really. I'd take a lot from all the music I listen to. There's a good part, the good bits of every song, you know.
Absolutely.
You just got to find it.
That is
Some are more
fantastic.
obvious than others,
Indeed. And dare I ask you, now I'm gonna go out on a limb here. How long have you been playing for?
20 years this year.
Wow, that's it. And of course, you started from the age of 0. There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish.
You were born with a guitar in your hand.
No, I was 15. My uncle lent me one. He come round and I started skiving off school, going home and just turning the guitar up. My mum's at work.
Yeah.
And it took its own path, really.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And, I've got to tell you now, that is sounding really incredible for really what it is as a piece of wood with some strings on it. That is... Right. It's amazing when you think about a guitar. That's exactly a blank, yeah, as you put it. A piece of wood with some strings on it. Yeah. Now, you got another song for us?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to give you a nice break and possibly another cup of tea once the wife comes back.
Sounds good, man.
Oh, yeah, we can't operate without a decent cup of tea. Indeed.
It was built on a decent cup of tea.
Do you know? That's exactly right. Yeah. So, what's this song about, and what's it called?
This is called To the Guy Who I Once Was. It's about growing up a little bit and realising what's important in life, and
okay,
and also there's a little nod to the people that I've hurt in the past.
Yeah,
You know, just
No
it's
names.
a bit of a soppy one, you know what I mean? But
Well.
it was written for my missus. We had
Oh.
a little break, and
Yeah.
now I did miss her quite a lot, and
Oh.
I penned it over that period. So
Oh, that's good. At least you weren't on Jeremy Kyle.
oh no,
We're not going to mention that
no
anymore.
one is anymore, though, are they?
No, that's true.
Other chat shows are available.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We just can't find any at the moment to
No,
mention.
certainly not
There we
decent
go.
ones, anyway.
No, not decent ones anyway. Right, okay, over to you then. Should I count you in?
Cool.
No, I can't. I can only go up to 2. I'm a DJ. Okay, now let's bring our special guest back in. And hello, Johnny. How are you?
Hello there, I'm all right.
Good, good,
Dylan?
good. Now, we've played a couple of great songs from you already. Now, I thought we'll cheat a little bit here, because I've actually got a dirty random song here. It's called Never Fear.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. Now, this one's been remixed, apparently. It's had a little bit of, shall we say, it's gone in the studio. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know if there's 2 mixes. Is there online?
I've
not
no
sure.
idea.
The second one, if anything, is the best one because it's got that great middle 8 where it builds up and crashes into this Slash-style guitar solo. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure it'll be fine.
Okay, well, we'll try this one, and you can tell us all about this after this one. This is called Never Fear. That, for me, Johnny, really, it puts shivers on the back of, well, it gives you shivers down your spine, but it brings the hair on the back of your neck up as well.
Yes,
Even though I've had a shave on the back of my neck, it's still, it's still bringing them up a little bit, But we were just talking about how many different sorts of layers of that song it's got. And obviously, without boring our audience and going into it too much detail, the electric guitar itself. Now, I just found out that's actually you on the electric guitar there.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. I was trying to overcomplicate it at first, and Smiley was like, just keep it simple, do it well.
Yeah,
and that's probably the third take. I think that was a lovely Gretsch guitar you lent me.
That is brilliant. He's got everything there, isn't he? His little sunshine corner.
It's it's quite close knit setup, but everything's to hand. Everything's just there to grab, so he works quite quickly, and it suits definitely. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, the final mix of that is absolutely fantastic as well. There's a little something in there for everyone as well. You know,
it's a little bit sort of house musicy, a little bit trancey, even the build up in the middle there.
Yeah,
and then you got a little guitar solo. You got some nice words. The sort of army style drum beat, the brum.
Yeah. And it's got a nice sort of beat all the way through it as well. We were sort of both tapping our toes to it, and it is sort of a good beat, good bass to it as well. Nice bass playing on there as well. So go on, give them a mention then. Go on, who was on that track?
It was just me and Smiley.
Is that you?
Yeah. He was he did the production and the bass and the drums in about half an hour, and then I did the rest.
Wow, that is fantastic. It's amazing what 2 men with their instruments can do in a short space of time. That's absolutely brilliant. Now, it's called Never Fear. So what's the song sort of generally about?
Just, 6 days out of 7, I'm quite a positive person, but then you get that day where you just think the world's going to end.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying.
That lyric, the life of which we borrow never thinks about tomorrow. Just take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Try not to worry too much about the future. But also, you've got to keep an eye on it. But just never give up. Never stop writing or believing or doing something that makes you tick. Otherwise, there is no point.
Well, no, that's good. That's good advice as well to give. I mean, obviously, I come across this quite often, especially working on the radio and working with different acts and, music and everything, You rely so much on other people all the time, and sometimes, people do let other people down, through no fault of their own, but sometimes we're too proud to actually ask, is there a problem? Is there anything we can do to help? Mm-hmm. And I think we don't do enough of that. I don't think we lend a hand out enough. And when we do, it's for our own benefit. So I think it's a lesson we can learn.
It's a selfless good deed, they say, though, isn't there?
Exactly.
I mean, if you do something for someone randomly, that's good for them, and then
absolutely
makes you feel good. Then, in essence, then it's not a selfless good deed. But it's nice doing nice doing nice things for people, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. It does give you a buzz.
I just can't wait to be rich, to be honest. Buy some people houses and put a smile on my mum's face.
Oh, that's what we need to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the advice that I think we should give all of our lovely listeners out there is, once we finish here today at 8 o'clock, I think you should go off out, do something for somebody else that don't expect it.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah, go and buy a bunch of flowers for your girlfriend or boyfriend, or one of your one of your partners,
and never fear.
And never fear. Absolutely,
fine. Never fear.
Never fear. So, how long's the Dirty Randoms been going for then?
But not ages. I mean, the name's been there for about a year.
Yeah.
But in terms of gigging and stuff, it's taken a bit of a back seat because, as I say, Nick's quite busy. Adam's had RSI. He's also a magician as well, and he's just moved. And
he's a what? Sorry,
magician. Yeah,
he skipped over that. A magician.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. 5 years ago, I think he started again.
Yeah,
teaching himself, and he's with him and his friend Jimmy. Those two magicians, and they're part of the Magic Circle now.
Oh my goodness me! Now that is quite a feat to get into it. I know this for a fact because you've got to do so many tricks, and they've got to be really, really to a degree of a professional to actually even get considered to be entered into the Magic Circle. And I think it's by invite only as well, is it?
Invite only.
That's
and
correct.
In front of 100 and something international magicians.
Wow!
So he's smashing it, man. But so he's so busy, but he's never sitting still. This guy, so he works hard. He's got misses and that. So
yeah.
But I mean, when the time
a normal life, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, none of us are just sit around dreaming about being rock stars or anything.
No.
We've got our own lives. We've got things to do. But the beauty of the internet means that we can come do things like this or do the odd gig here and there.
Yeah.
And if the right person's listening, it might make a few quid.
Well, do you know, that is it. You know, I mean, I know now, obviously, it's so much harder for a musician to get noticed. And, you know, you're all doing it on YouTube. You're doing it through, like, so many different various sites. SoundCloud, for instance. Reverb Nation is another one. Lemon Rock. You know, there's so many places online now that you can throw your music onto, and hopefully you'll get noticed. But if you're doing it, you can bet your bottom dollar there's 1,000 other people out there doing it as well. So it is very, very competitive now.
It is, yeah. I mean, but the songs speak for themselves, don't they?
Now, that is the point.
You know, you can look the part, you can sound the part, say the right things, be in the right places. But if a song gets someone, the right person, where it hurts or matters, then that's where the turning point is, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, and I totally agree with you because I think with music, it speaks volumes. And like you say, I mean, if a song grabs you, and it really does grab you, and you think, I've got to hear that song again, they're going to start following you.
Exactly.
And that is all. It's what it's all about. It's about you getting your music out there. Now, whether it's for a radio, on Target Radio, there we go, little plug, or you're going out and doing your gigs. And, you know, I often joke about you sitting inside transit vans, but I'm not really, you know, it really does happen. You do sit inside vans holding the drum kit together while you're going from one pub to the next. You know, you do that, don't you?
It was more back in the day, wasn't it? I mean, that still exists, I suppose. I mean, people go to me about X Factor and stuff, but, you know, you have your year of fame, your £1 million contract, and after about a year, they sack you for farting in the wrong key or
that's it.
Wearing the wrong get-up. Or, you're on at GMTV at 6 in the morning, am I?
Yeah, exactly.
I go to bed when I want to go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. So that is manufactured pop music, and we don't do that here. No, we like raw talent, and that's what it's all about. So we've got another song for us, have you?
Yeah, it's called Secrets.
Okay, and I will ask you about it all. Well, mind you, it might be a secret.
It's not that much of a secret. It's going live, isn't it? So.
Well, that's true, absolutely. So we'll find out what it's all about. Okay, for now then, I'm going to shut up and let Johnny Blaze do all the singing and talking and playing. That is absolutely lovely. So come on, tell us what's it about?
I don't know, really. Just spending some time alone, like away over Christmas, and I was just like, hopefully certain people are thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about them, and just like when you need someone and there's nobody around, and there's literally nobody around, it's gutting, man. I just thought I'd slip it in there and just, you know.
Well, it sounds lovely. And
Beatlesy as well. I quite like the...
oh, yeah.
Did you notice?
Yes, I did, actually.
Nod to the boys,
Yes, absolutely. And we love the Beatles here at Target Radio, of course. But the Fab Four, I mean, you can't really go wrong with you.
No.
You know, even using a smidge of their influence from music.
Yeah. It's very hard to avoid, though, isn't it, with the amount of music they've got?
Oh, my goodness me, yeah. I mean, for a short space of time, because they weren't together that long. A lot of people don't realise that. They think they were together forever. Yeah. And they weren't.
It seems like it, yeah.
It does, because they've done so much in a short space of time. And they changed so much in their, short span as well, didn't they?
Their appearances and stuff.
Their appearances, their music. They sort of went from the sort of like 60s sort of Britpop sort of thing that we know now in the 90s, the smashing sort of 3-minute pop song, into sort of real long sort of, shall we say, journeys. That's what we're going to say. I don't think any of them were very well, actually. They're all on tablets.
Some sort of...
I think they all had a headache.
Yeah,
I think they had a headache.
They must have done for about 10 years.
Oh, yeah, indeed. So what's your favourite Beatles track, then?
Day in the Life, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's just got everything, the build up. I've pinched a bit from there as well.
Yeah.
Strawberry Fields, Dear Prudence, I love.
Oh, now that, for me, Dear Prudence, okay, brilliant song, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love it done by the Beatles, but for me, Susie and the Banshees, who covered it, what was it, early 80s, I think they've done a better job.
Yeah.
Personally, I do like it.
The mono sounding rawness of it all. They might have done a better job, but I don't know.
Debate, man. Good thing about music is it's never political. I mean, it could be.
No.
I mean, obviously, it depends on how what's written in the lyrics. But for me, it's always up for discussion and not an argument.
Yeah,
that's how I look at music personally.
Yeah, it shouldn't be any fisticuffs or any sort of hostility towards it. I mean,
no.
people's opinion, I guess. I mean, by and large, music is good.
Yeah.
Apart from a certain few people.
Well, yeah,
but,
I mean, obviously...
There's a lot to take from everything. Really.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, I think we're of an age now where we don't listen to the top 40 on other radio stations now. But, you know, I've got children, you've got children yourself. And, you know, obviously they're going through these sort of, should we say, the pop stars and things like that, you know. They're going to do it. You know, as a generation, you know, I don't get it now. I don't get this music where... it features everyone. I mean, why can't they do it themselves?
I know, like, I think it was Rita Ora. She got up to accept an award.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't actually get up for Best Song.
Yeah.
And 8 people got up to accept it, and she wasn't even one of them.
No.
And it's like, what? So she just walks in and goes, there's this song, just put your voice on it, and then
that's it, yeah.
Go back to your cup of tea. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, obviously, you could talk about sort of Elton John and Bernie Taupin. I mean, Bernie Taupin wrote and penned all of the songs, and Elton John, obviously, being the extrovert that he is, and a fantastic singer, and plays on the piano very well. He put his mark on it. That's totally different, but he never wrote any of his songs.
Really?
You know, he never wrote any of them. No. Bernie Taupin wrote all of his songs.
Songwriter, does he?
No, but he's a performer.
Yeah.
So
like your gay uncle.
We love a bit of Elton here, though, at Target Radio, but we're not going to play him tonight. No. I'll tell you what we are going to play, though. Give your vocal cords a little rest, and we're going to try and find this cup of tea. So I know it's going to come very shortly. That's it. We'll just shut the door. Don't worry. We'll just slam the door there. Yes, you can look at me like that, for goodness sake. And for those that don't know who I'm talking about, it's the good lady wife who's just brought me a nice cup of tea, so I can't say nothing too bad, really, about her. Anyway, live again here now. We've got the lovely Johnny Blaze, who's been treating us to some really great music this evening. And you've got one more from the Dirty Randoms catalogue of music, have you, Johnny?
I have, yes.
Brilliant. Now, just before we do that, obviously, we were talking about all social media and things like that just before we went live again. And, yes, of course, you're on Facebook, which is a really good sort of place to start. You do Reverb Nation. Any other sort of sites that you're on at the moment?
I don't, no. It's just having the time, really. But with Instagram and Twitter and all that, needs to be done, definitely. But,
well, absolutely. I mean, Instagram is sort of like more sort of picture-based, but you can obviously put your comments on there as well. So, obviously, you know, people want to see you play.
If it's reaching people, then there's no reason why it shouldn't be done.
No, absolutely not.
And Mrs. knows more about it than me.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know, I'm going to come over a little sexist here. I think girls seem to understand social media better than boys.
Yeah, they just spend quite a lot of time surfing, don't they?
We didn't want to say that. We didn't say that, no. We're going to get lynched on the way out now by all the women. Oh, dear. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, we're going to try and get the Dirty Randoms a bit more noticed. And, obviously, you know, going to get some gigs out there soon as well.
Yep.
Now, you did gig back in, was it this year or late part of last year?
This year.
It was this year, wasn't it?
February, I think.
Indeed. Now, just tell everyone where you were.
It was the Holroyd, home of the suburbs, Andy Hamilton's pub in Guildford.
It was he!
Yeah, it was he. He had us in.
We love him.
Yeah, it was just I couldn't hear what I was playing. Like I couldn't hear what I was singing or what I was playing.
No, but
so I was kind of just guessing where my vocals were, and it was you know, but it's not his fault, to be fair. I had a couple of sherbets, and you know, and I got there really early. So
yeah.
But no, I'll do it again, definitely. It's just
brilliant.
There we go. Rather plug in this time than have the microphone thing. But yeah, that was a good night. He treated us well. We got some drinks and a hotel room and that, so he looked after us, definitely.
They do, and it's a really good venue there as well. So if you've never been down the Holroyd, never been to Holroyd. Limited parking, though. That's the only thing I will say. But if you get there early, you get yourself a little parking spot. And most importantly, it's a good venue. Good harmonics there as well. You really do sound well there.
Good,
the acoustics, sounds so good there. And you know, the drinks and food are reasonably priced. So there you go.
Pie night and all that.
Oh, he does a lot down there now.
Nice bit of grub in there.
Absolutely. So we'll have a word with Hills, see if we can get you boys back down there once you're all up and ready and going again for another gig, because the music we've heard tonight, if we're going to hear that with the other two members and obviously with the band behind it all, it's going to sound absolutely fantastic, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Brilliant. Now, we are going to be treated to a cover a little later in the show. We've got about half an hour left before we do that. So we're not going to mention the artist anymore. If you were listening earlier in the show, you would have heard him say it just once. So tough luck. If you were late to the show, then it's your own fault. You should have been there on time like us. Radio waits for no one, by the way. But you've got a song now from your catalogue.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to let us know a little bit about the song first. What's it called?
It's called Bleed to Me, and it's directly for Katie, my girlfriend, and I wrote it for her.
Now, there's a lot of Katies out there. Which Katie are we talking about?
Katie Gill.
Katie
Gill.
Gill.
Yeah, she's I don't know how she takes it. Like, I don't know how it sits with her, having a song written for her. So she plays it quite close to her chest, but hopefully, she'll be listening.
And that's
like
it. And don't play cards with her either.
No,
because she plays them close to her chest as well.
Or Jessica, don't play cards with her either.
No, she'll take all your money. That's it. That's it. She'll take all the money and then she won't give it back. That's it. Right, I'll leave it to you then. Over to you.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. And we've got quite a few people watching that one, especially a young lady by the name of Katie Gill, I believe.
Oh, yes.
There go on, give her a little wave. She's watching you right now.
Hello,
and also a young lady all the way from Brighton, her name's Stacey, and she owns a little, part owns with our other half, a nice little cafe right on the beachfront there in Brighton.
Nice.
So give her a wave as well.
Hello, Stacey.
There we go. And you're going to love this one, Stacey. A little bit later, all I'm going to say is, for your boy's namesake, that's all I'm going to say on the matter, we know who we're talking about here, that you're going to be playing a song from his back catalogue a bit later on. She knows who her son's called, and you know what we're on about, but we're not going to mention it right now. There we go. Oh, that's a beautiful song you played there.
Thank you, mate.
So, go on, just give us a little inkling, because obviously that was for the missus.
Yeah, it's just, she has, like we all do, have our days where we're down
Yeah.
and stuff, But a lot of stuff going on at the moment, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Things I'm not going to go into.
No, by all means, no.
Just neighbours and just little things, obviously losing our son and all that.
Yes, of course.
3 months ago, and it's just a little ditty, really, to say to her, look, here I am, I'm all yours, and just if you're feeling like, whatever, just listen.
That's
to
it.
me,
You've done it through
me,
music. Yeah, and you've done it through
just,
music.
I find it hard to sort of sit down and just have it out like that and pour. Sometimes,
Yeah.
So if I can pen something and have it there, then
Well, that's a gift you have as well, which, it's serving you very well, because a lot of people can't do that. I mean, some people can't express themselves just obviously by talking, which obviously, is one of those things, some people can do, some people can't do.
Yeah.
And I mean, for you to do it through music, which is absolutely fantastic.
No, it's good. It's a good little outlet, actually.
It is.
But I don't actually spend much time sitting with the guitar in my hand. It's more just around the house, just humming things or listening to things. And, the first two verses came along, and then the chorus came along, and another 10, 15 minutes of it. But really, brain power-wise, it's probably more like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So I asked this question of all singer-songwriters. Do you carry a book around with you, or is it more sort of sophisticated now?
I used to. Do you know what? I used to. And I heard that Justin Timberlake, of all people, never wrote anything down. It was all in his head.
Wow.
And I think there's some clarity to that. And it makes sense, because it's very easy to scribble something down, forget what it is, and rely on the fact that you've got a piece of paper lying around.
Yeah.
If it's in your head, then you're not going to forget it because you haven't written it down, if that makes sense. I lose things all the time. So
you and me both,
paper, I know Jessica's going to move it, or I'm going to move it, or it's going to get thrown.
Well, pieces of paper do get sort of like thrown out with the rest of the rubbish
Pen
and stuff
paper.
like that.
Your brain's the biggest piece of paper going, isn't it?
Well, of course, yeah.
You only use like 10% of it.
That's true. Well, I might not even use that much, but that's why I'm sat here and you're sat there. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And for you then, I mean, obviously when you're, putting music down, into words, either wherever it's from a piece of paper or obviously from your mind, is it music first or is it the words first for you?
It can be anything. It could be like, when you listen to something on the radio and you try and hum it
2
minutes later and you get it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, that's wrong, but it sounds quite right.
Oh,
so it
right,
could start
okay.
with mishearing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's generally like lyrics or something. But like the melody first, really.
Yeah.
Just humming something. It doesn't have to be words. Just whatever.
I name that song in one. No, I won't. No, I won't.
Whatever takes your fancy, like,
Yeah.
and then you think, well, something there. I like that. It's not, you're not writing for anyone else. Let's have that right. First and foremost, initially you're writing this thing to try and get a song together.
Yeah.
Then after that, the meaning of it and who it's for or what it's about comes together, and before you know it, you've got yourself a song.
Yeah.
For someone, or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? When you're in this sort of like songwriting mood, and I'm going to sort of generalise it a little bit here because everyone is different, obviously. Now, I've asked this of most musicians that I've interviewed over the course of years, doing this. What makes a better song is when you're either happy or if you're sad, or is there something in between?
That's a very good question.
I know. That means all the other ones weren't.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I reckon a lot of the melancholy stuff I like because it brings out melody.
Yes.
I like the celebratory rock and roll stuff. But
Yeah, of course.
if I was to pick, I could play one song the
Yeah.
rest of my life, whether it be an upbeat or a melancholy melodic one. It would be the latter, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it seems to hit a bit better. It's a place where the exciting stuff doesn't,
Yeah, of course.
It just makes you reminisce and brings out emotion, and that's kind of
Indeed.
what I like about
No,
music. You can do that.
Okay, right, excellent. That's good. That's a good answer as well because it's not
impromptu.
No, it's a brilliant answer actually because it's not a defined answer as well because it depends on your mood, I suppose. Really,
It does, yeah.
exactly.
Carry on with your mood. Like,
Absolutely,
go with it,
go with it. Absolutely, brilliant answer. Right, okay, so let's find out a little bit about you as a younger person. Then, before obviously you were 15 and first got the guitar from your uncle, wasn't it?
yeah.
Okay, so what sort of music were you listening to?
Well, I'm living with my mum at the time. She was quite cool. She was listening to. I mean, she was always into.
Mums are cool. Come on,
Elvis. Just me and her. She was listening to Elvis. My mum was into Elvis.
Yep.
And then my uncles were punks. My dad's a punk.
Oh, right.
And then the Smiths in tow as well.
Yeah.
Greatest hits always on. I mean, the radio was on in the car.
Yep.
Radio was on in the kitchen. MTV came out when I was about 5, I think.
Wow.
So and we used to record it and on these tapes and play it back. So then it's just me and my mum. She was into Muse, Richard Ashcroft, Cast, Oasis, Lenny Kravitz, all this kind of.
So really
things.
late 80s and then going into the 90s
Yeah,
sort
so
of music.
she carried
then.
it on for me.
Wow.
So the music didn't stop the whole time. So I had no choice really.
Yeah.
With musical royalty like that. And
Well.
growing up, so yeah.
You were sort of really sort of blasted with the Britpop side of things, really, there.
When
And the
Oasis-
indie side of things as well.
Yeah, when Oasis come out, I remember on VH1 it was Live by the Sea, Southend, and
Yeah.
I remember playing my badminton racket
Oh,
along to it, and Mum
What-
was like, "Well, Uncle's got a guitar."
wow.
So we
Well, do you know, badminton rackets or tennis rackets, mine always were out of tune still. I've no idea
Mine
why.
needs restringing as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
everything
a new
needs
grip on it.
Oh my goodness me! There we go. We've all done it. We've all been there. Come on! I want you to post your pictures of you with your tennis or badminton rackets or whatever
for
else
you, Sean.
just for a bit of fun. Come on!
All right.
I want to see all of that on the Facebook later on
All right,
tonight,
no
if
way.
possible. And of course, anyone else that's listening out there in listening land, if you've got a picture of you back in your prime,
Oh,
shall
don't
we say?
prompt them to put pictures of me up on Facebook when
No.
I was younger, man. There's some horrendous ones. I've
There we
gotta
go.
say.
Now you just said that. Now you
Mother-
know that people are going to be doing that.
Oh, mate.
You just
There you
know
go.
that now. More exposure is always good. Whether it's good or bad, it's
That's
exposure.
That's the thing. I will be exposing myself. I know there's a few of me on the beach looking for my legs with nothing on.
Ah, right. Okay.
So, mother, if you're listening,
Yeah,
do not do it.
Maybe not those ones. I don't think Facebook allows
No,
sort
I
of.
know what she's like after
Yes.
a couple of G&Ts.
Yes, maybe leave the bottom ones out. We don't need those. But yeah, definitely anyone that's had a tennis racket in their hands and pretend they're playing a guitar, a bit like me then, if you want to post them up on any sort of social media, that would be great, especially if you're on the Facebook page for Target Radio. That would be fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Okay, now, from one guitar player, that's yourself, Johnny, to another guitar player that's always held it for me, but I thought he was a fantastic, but not often given the credit that he deserves, Paul Weller.
Yeah, he got better. I mean, Dom, a guy my dad used to know, I know fairly well.
Yeah.
He used to be in Squire, and he knew him fairly well. He said at the beginning of when he played, his guitar playing wasn't all that great.
No.
Especially solo-wise, but he's really coming to that. I mean, Stanley Road, You Do Something to Me, that kind of sound. He's got his
Indeed.
own unique sound.
Well, I was going to say, just before we go into like Paul Weller on his own, but obviously I found him better when he was playing live rather than all this studio nonsense, as he puts it, where it was all sorts of dubbed and this, that and the other.
Loads of energy, didn't they?
Oh my goodness me, when the Jam played live, it was full of energy. It was so much energy, it's unbelievable. Right, okay, right, with me now. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got to do this. We'll put some background music on while we're having one more little chinwag with my very special guest this evening, Mr. Johnny Blaze from the Dirty Randoms. And it's been really, really it's been a privilege and a pleasure to hear you play tonight, Johnny.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here, mate.
Do you know, you're so good.
Cheers, mate.
I don't think you realise how good you really are, but you are so good.
Maybe if I did that, it would ruin it.
That's true, yeah, that's absolutely true.
So I'd rather be humble.
Be humble, that's it.
To a point, you know what I mean? I mean, there's no point being too modest. If you're good at something, you're good at something. But,
well, yeah.
You know, you get a lot of people that walk around going, me. It's really not me, man. I just
no.
Get on with it, you know?
Well, I think that myself, actually, because, you know, what I've seen from you tonight has been really good without you really sort of like telling me it's really good. And that, for me, works, you know. Yeah. That sounds quite strange, really. But anyway, let's move forward. And you've got one more song for us this evening before we go home tonight at 8 o'clock. And just before you play that one, we were talking about your influences with your mum earlier, with obviously all your 90s sorts of Britpop and everything. But let's go back a little bit, because obviously the song you're going to be playing is come from the 80s, actually.
Yeah.
And the artist in question, which we will let people know in a few seconds' time, has really covered decades, really. He started back in the 60s under a different name, which was David Jones, until they realised there was another one from the Monkees there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And he had to change his name. So obviously he was in the 70s under different names, different personas. And, well, I'm going to use one name now called Ziggy. I think it was Ziggy, the Thin White Duke. There was quite a few of them. Yeah. And then obviously he kept his name of Mr. David Bowie all the way through, obviously. R.I.P. David Bowie. I done an actual show with another radio station. I just played an hour of David Bowie when we found out he died, on the day he died. And we were gutted because he played something for everyone. I think because he spanned so many generations, 4, possibly even 5 decades of music.
He was still writing on his deathbed, wasn't he?
Apparently. He was.
Bits and pieces about then.
Well, absolutely. His last album, he actually really, I mean, he had insight. Now, a lot of musicians are good, but they don't have insight. And I think David Bowie had insight, personally.
Yeah, he's a clever guy.
Very, very clever.
Intuitive and, you know, poetic with it.
Definitely.
It was nothing too literal. It was all like this amazing kind of persona, like that everyone sort of, you know, warmed to, and it was just throughout the times, you know, you would still change it, but people would still get into it.
Absolutely,
it was fresh, you know.
Absolutely
fresh.
Now, the reason why we're talking about David Bowie is because you're going to now cover a David Bowie song. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you introduce it, and I want you to say hello to, obviously goodbye to everyone that's been watching tonight.
Goodbye.
But one very important young lady. Go on.
What, Katie?
Well, unless there's another important young lady.
You know what, though? I would do, but she's probably in the car coming to pick me up. But if you are listening, babe, I love you, and I'll see you very soon.
Oh,
and you, Jessica.
Oh,
and Mum and Dad.
Oh, there we go.
All that jazz.
There, we've covered everyone now. There we go. Right. Okay, so you're going to be singing a David Bowie track. I'll let you introduce it. And thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening here on Target Radio. And we'll do it all again next week with Pete Milo, I believe, from all the way from America.
Across the pond.
Wow, across the pond. We might even have Donald Trump on the show as well. You never know.
Oh, God.
No, maybe not.
Can I leave before he comes?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Johnny, it's all down to you now, my friend.
Thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure. And this is called Modern Love. It's a nice acoustic version. It goes like this.
Woo! There we go. That was absolutely brilliant, and a brilliant song for a brilliant ending. Thanks ever so much indeed. Johnny Blaze there.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget, check out the Dirty Randoms on Facebook. I've sent a link out to everyone, and apparently now from 15 people, we're on to about 40-odd people now. So let's see if we can get up to the threes, as in hundreds, please.
Hundreds.
Okay, hundreds. We want hundreds. We'll see you all again very, very soon.